Going on, everybody? It was because I didn't want to be late because I was kind of hoping that there would be what's going on, AJ Blunt. Can you hear me even like this, or is the second one better? I'm glad you're here. It makes me feel like things are normal when I guess maybe my inner self, right, likes routine and pattern. But yeah, the last thing that I want is to sound all thirsty. I'm gonna be right back. I like in like less than 30 seconds. I gotta get some water. Be right back. Yeah, yeah, it's good to get some water. I think that's like one thing that like because I'm not really critical of other people really that much. I mean, not naturally, not unprovoked. So one thing that is like a pet peeve of mine, is when somebody's doing videos and they sound all thirsty. Hey, how you doing, Sheila? Nice to see you. And yeah, when you're listening to like a video, like especially if it's like a good video and you're like, "Oh man, there's like so much good information here." And then people sound all thirsty and you're like, "Ah, do I have to hear it?" Like they're trying. Cuz it's not as easy as it looks. I remember are we disconnected? I don't know. I'm getting some kind of stream interference, right? And good morning, Paula. Um, yeah, and so like it's not as easy as it looks, because I used to think that okay, well, anybody on the phone knows that I could like, you know, I mean, I could talk, I could chop it up. You know what I mean? Like I know some of you guys are just such good people that I just never run out of things to say to you. And I used to think that okay, well, on the video, it's that easy. It's the same thing, right? Hey, Chelsea, how you doing? And good morning. And so I always thought it was easy. And then like it is easier with a partner, because you can almost treat that, especially if it's not live, you can just treat that like a phone call or whatever. But then it's like somebody always has to have the awareness that it's a show and that there's another person watching. So it's like you're in a conversation with three people, but you're just talking to one person, but the other person needs to still hear and understand. And so I don't know. It's not really a skill thing. It's just more of an awareness thing. But I try not to be critical of people that try to put out content because it's hard. Like some people get nervous, and I've seen people make mistakes or like I'll get you know I'll have little words that I'll say over and over again like in an annoying way. I hope I'm not annoying. Like when I talk, I sometimes I'm self-conscious of that. And of course, you're always going to get somebody that you know will try to hurt you in that way if they think they can. And so whatever, you know. It's not it's nothing to really even think about. And so um, so these last few days, right? Last week or so, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess ever since I started this channel, right? There's always been like somebody out there that doesn't like what you're doing, and you get caught up. And well, I pray, Chelsea. I mean, uh, you know, I mean, there's nothing special about me. Trust me. Uh, if you keep doing something over and over again, eventually you get better at it. Of course, but nothing special about me. I pray about it, and I just try to have an awareness of other people, and I want to explain things in a way that people can understand what I'm saying and see where I've applied things to my life. Because I want a non-Christian, right? Like just a regular unsaved person, right? To listen to these conversations, right? And say, oh wow, like I I want to be part of that what they're doing over there. I don't want them to feel overwhelmed um, or insecure about that they don't know enough. And I also um, don't want to have a message like that's not of God too, right? Like I want it to be something that anybody can join, and feel safe, and that's really what it's about, right? Like the things I care about the most is God, right? And I care about this. I care about. I mean, as far as right here, right? I care about God first, and I care about you guys, and then I care about the stream, and I care about myself. In that order. And so, really, like my priority is for you guys to be safe. Even if that means I got to be a little over aggressive trying to do that. And so that's why I put out my email. Um, hey Hannah, how you doing? I always put out my email so that if somebody's unfairly banned, right, then they could email me and with their channel link and explain what's going on. And it's I mean, this is see when you talk about the gospel message, right? You're gonna get people that are gonna want to come tear that apart. Like we're gonna get people that, and trust me, not everybody with a Bible, and you guys already know this, but not everybody with the Bible is uh, a safe person to talk to. A lot of times, there's some evil people that are thumping the Bible, and I didn't know that when I was a kid. I didn't grow up in a household where I had to go to church. I mean, I did a few times as a kid, but I was never pressured or told to do anything. And I mean, I think it worked out. I mean, my brother, he was a pastor and he's saved, and I'm where I'm at with God, and I have a stepbrother that's also well, he's clergy. Let's put it that way. But we all have our own. Anyway, I don't even know how to unpack that. It's a lot of meat on that bone. But I think I'm happy that there was like a lot of freedom for me to do. I could have been whatever I wanted to be, as far as like religion or personality or any preferences or whatever. I could have been whatever I wanted to be. I mean, that's how my parents were, and I don't know if that was like over like supportive in a really great way. I mean, it felt like that sometimes, but then or if it meant that they didn't care, or I don't know. Sometimes in hindsight, you look back and you're like, wow, maybe I was like abused in that situation, but at the time you didn't realize it. because you felt safe. You weren't. Nobody was hurting you, right? It was just like, maybe neglectful on their part or whatever. But at the time you're okay, right? And well, Chelsea, I'm glad you're here, and I mean, some things stick out. Uh, some things glaringly stick out to me about you, and so I'll say that you know I'm not completely sold that you're a real person, right? But I'm not gonna like get into all that. I mean, it's just like me being oversensitive about who's in here, and I would protect you in the same way, that I protect them, and so just know that I overly look at other people too. And here's the thing: if somebody wants to like infiltrate this, one at a time like this and be respectful, well then who am I? I mean, everybody has. I mean, here's the thing: like my goal, like what I want out of life. Hey, Mr. Gander, my goal in life, right, is for me and my friends and my enemies, everybody, right? Um, everybody. I want everybody to come to God, to submit to God, to tell the truth, and to accept the gift of grace from Jesus Christ. For I'm here to attack the channel or whatever. The only thing I want is for them to just to be nice to me. I mean, that's all I really want. I mean, if you want worse than that for your enemies, then that's I don't know what to say. I mean, and you could misread what I'm saying and twist it up, but it's it's not more plain than that. Like if if people are wasting their time on me, right? There there's plenty of people out there that are hurting people that need to be focused on. As far as if people want to go attack or expose people, there's actual people that are hurting people right now at this very moment, and those are the people that need to be focused on. And so any amount of time wasted on me, it makes me think, number one, that a person has really bad discernment, right? Or two, they have some kind of personal beef against me for setting a boundary, or um, or three, they want to stop the preaching of the gospel, of Jesus Christ, and so that's all that's going to happen here is I'm going to talk about Jesus Christ to mostly in this chat are strong people of God that um, know the Bible better than I do. It's there's not a whole lot of room here for deception. Like if somebody new comes, right? We have a lot of strong people to put their arm around that new person. And it sucks that because of like being like aggressively attacked, like that we can only let people in a few at a time. It can't be overwhelming. I can't have 20 people push out 10. I won't have that. I'd rather ban. I don't know. It's nothing that I have a set like plan for in my brain, but God has a way of letting me know what to do. You know, and like I said, if anybody feels like something happened unfairly, just email me, and I could be reasonable about that. Yeah, and really, Chelsea, I'm not really a teacher, and I'm glad you're here to learn. There's a lot of people here to learn from. I think mostly why people come here is that there's just no real Christian channel, right? Um, all the truth topics can be talked about and accepted as just true without debate, you know? I mean, like, when we talk flat earth, it's not like there's no debate about that. That debate is over. Like, it's just a matter of fact here. Like, I don't debate that issue. It's flat. That's just, there's no, I mean, in geometrical orientation, it's flat. I'm more sure about that than I am about there being a country called China or whatever, you know? Like, yeah, I believe that it's there to a very high degree, right? Maybe because people are from there, and whatever, and then you hear the history and you see pictures, right? And but I've never been there. But geometric orientation, meaning there's only one way up and one way down, that I'm sure of, you know. And learning that and learning that uh, this creation is the only thing that's here is amazing to me. That just to learn that we are so special. More than just a wonder, but I think about, are there really like this many billions of people they tell us, or if it's like really just like very very few, and because I mean, there's a lot of people that I've run into that it's like, when you have a conversation with people, if you're an empathetic person, like I could feel for you and me at the same time. Like if I say something that makes you feel bad, it just in your nonverbal communication, if I'm in front of you, or I can almost kind of sense that I've hurt your feelings by bad, and and then it makes you change what you're saying, so that you're not making that other person feel uncomfortable. There's all these signs of knowing, right? But not everybody has that as a part of them. Hey, Dutch Sailor, I'm glad you're here. Not everyone has that as a part of them, right? I mean, sure, everybody has empathy, but not as strong as some people, right? And when you're a kid, like, and you have nothing to compare it to, um, you think everybody in the world is like you inside, and that's a mistake to think that, right? Like just because there are people that they don't feel for you and them during a conversation. They only feel for their part and what they're getting, and they like in so in your mind you're thinking, wow, this person doesn't consider my feelings at all if they're hurting you, right? And they just keep going and they don't understand that they've like hurt you. You're thinking, wow, they're doing this intentionally because they don't like me or something, or upset at me or whatever. They just don't have that as a part of them. And they have other gifts, right? Something else, and so it's you live and learn these of life, right? That not everybody in the world thinks like and so I think during like the 80s and 90s, people were very vocal about how they feel, and bold about it, and everybody expressed every thought they had all the time, and then social media just takes that to a new level, right? And to the point where I see people, you know I was just talking to, well, I had a doctor appointment the other day, yesterday, and I was talking to the nurse over there, and I was talking to the nurse over there, and he was saying, that people would put on there on Facebook, like, oh, I got a headache. It was 3 out of 10. I took this for it, and this is how it feels now. Like, I mean, it's like you don't have like to explain and narrate your life to that point, right? There are people that are doing that. And so I go on Facebook 3 times a day, to check stuff. I mean, unless people are messaging me, then of course I do the messenger, right? But I'm on there 3 times a day, and usually I say something nice, I feel happy to, about these things, this, if if there's nothing for me, so anybody could feel that way, like I want to put it out there that if I could be happy, right, with um, really not having that many like material possessions, and I'm extremely happy, um, all the time. I mean, there's times where I'm not like I don't know. So all the time, maybe that's not fair, but most of the time I'm like self-sustaining and happy, and I don't get real needy or anything to too many people, or I don't make myself vulnerable to a lot of people. But I don't know where I was going with this, but I mean, I'm only on Facebook a few times a day, and I only leave maybe one message or maybe one message every 2 or 3 days, right, on the actual page. But I've seen people like they check into restaurants, they say what they had, they take a picture of it, and then of course we have those friends that like to take selfies of themselves, and that's an interesting personality. Like, I guess every picture I have on there that's not of my kids is a selfie, I guess, but it's for like profile pictures, or to, because I don't really see people that much, as far as like family, like, or whatever, so they could just see what I look like, I like to send my friends pictures, just like, there, so they make a connection to me sometimes. But there's people on Facebook that just narrate everything, and then they take these pictures that it looks nothing like them. Like it's like they're beautiful, and I would have thought these people are beautiful anyway, especially if someone's my friend, it's because I see something reshape your. I mean, these people reshape their face, make their eyes big. I don't know. Some people make themselves look like puppy dogs and all that. I mean, hey, look, if that's what somebody likes to do, then that's just part of them, and you know, some of that is understandable, but like some of that could also be a problem, not. So like a lot of times when I'm facing stuff, right, um, and I hurt for the other person. Like if there's something about another, like if there's something going on, it's usually I just fed for that person, like I'm fine. Like I pray to God. I feel so peaceful, right? Sure, nobody likes being talked about or being attacked or whatever, right? But in reality, I'll be okay. And all in all, everything is probably better now, for the channel. Um, I'm getting much more support from the people in the channel. Um, uh, Gained about 12 subscribers. Uh, and the message has been good as far as that I get to be an example of somebody dealing with things on the internet, because a lot of people put their personality online, right? Like that little character on the screen is you, that a lot of people they think that, but in reality, and I know I'm repeating myself, like you're really just sitting in on your couch coffee, and we're enjoying each other's company. Now, you know, if somebody wants to criticize or attack it or, lie about it or things, right? Then, you know, I feel bad for them, and it's just better for everybody if they went after somebody that is harming people. And I just I don't think I'll ever. I mean, yeah, I do stick my neck out there uh, to try to defend people sometimes that are hard to defend, right? Um, there are people that make mistakes, or um, they may have issues, right, that they're dealing with, and um, yeah, it would be easy to just drop people, right, that are constantly making, I mean, who am I to judge another person for their problems when I have my own problems? That's the point, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I probably would be fine right now, right? As far as people talking bad about me, if I just dropped to this person, that person, and that person, or whatever. But can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Type in there if you can hear me. Type in there if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Nah. Well, if you can hear me right now, I'm gonna say that But if I don't defend that person, then who is? Who's gonna do it? So can you guys hear me? Yeah. See, someone's trying to mess with our stream, and that's just sad. It really is. But I like defending people that are hard to defend. I do because you know what? Think I think somebody's got to do it, and it feels good to me, especially if I know their heart. And so, did you guys miss anything? What was the last thing you heard of me? Did you like never miss? But like defending people that are hard to defend, somebody's got to do it. And I'm glad that it's me. And that I stick my neck out, and that I'm not afraid to. That's my friend. Um, I love that person, imperfections and all, right? Because that person loves me, and I'm not perfect either. You know, I make mistakes too. In my life, I've made mistakes, right? Now, yeah, do I wish that I'd never made mistakes in life and only did everything, the right way? Sure, sure, absolutely, right? Absolutely. But is there anything so bad that I got to look back and say, okay, well, that's so horrible, right? That I can't be honest about it to get better, right? No, you know, and not to minimize any, especially I had some addiction issues after the army that pretty hard to go through. But I think not everyone goes through that, but everyone goes through things in life, right, that are hard or embarrassing or whatever, and but they got to get through them. And if a person wants to expose that and ridicule that or whatever, and then twist it to make it way worse or whatever, or even to a point where it's like horrifically untrue and saying evil things about you, right? Then anybody could be treated like that. Like then it could be anybody, you know. Now I would say it has hurting people, and obviously, you know, maybe not focus so much on people that just really even want the best for you. And so I want the best for everybody. And so I don't understand. And you know what? Like in reading the Bible about this situation, I'm never gonna understand what is in a person's heart to want to like uh, just be nasty, right? I'll never understand that, and that person will never be reasonable for me to reasonably have a conversation with, and have them understand my boundaries, right? It's either let them in and have full control of me, right? Or cut them off and really and really show if that person keeps messing with me, then it's like I have to show to the people, right, how insignificant a person like that is, and to watch their what power they thought they had melt away right in front of everybody, and to show people that really um, people that are trying to um, harass you or be mean to you in life, they really want to use your own fear against you. And so while I'm fine, like I don't I don't really need anything. I'm like I'm gonna be great either way because I know where I'm going when I die. And if I'm not afraid to die, I'm definitely not afraid of anything else, right? But I'll say this, right? Um, I wanted to. The concern for everything is that I wanted to glorify God in the way that people can see what's going on, see that it's really nothing. Maybe they can break away from it too if they were afraid to, or if their own fear was keeping them. It's really like for me to even entertain it is really just for other people. um, because it's nothing to me. If anything, everything about the channel and my day and my life is like better, except for, you know, human beings don't like to be talked about. But if you're going to talk about God in this day and age, I mean, we're going to have to get used to persecution, like to the point where like it's going to be like, physical suffering. I mean, come on now, like let's put things into perspective. You know, there's nobody's over here starving or suffering or whatever, but there are people in the world that are hurting right now and are being victimized, and I think that strong people need to focus on that to help people. And I wish I can always, of course I wish I could do more, or even if I even knew how to help. um, but yeah, that's what the focus should be on, not on not on a personal vendetta, against somebody that set a boundary. That's not nice. Because then you could do that to anybody, any one of your friends. They all got to worry about it then, because you know I was nice and respectful for a long time, you know, and still am really. Like if it went away, I'd be fine. Like I'd be fine with that person. But either way, it's time to round it out. I love you guys. God bless you. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, because that's what it's all about. Jesus gets all the glory. That's what life is about. And if however many people are hearing that message, whether they're here for that message or not, that's what it's all about for me. And so I just want to say, that I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me, and just so grateful, just so grateful. Well, anyway, God bless you. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.